Coming up, we're taking 3 basic everyday items and upgrading them with BTS level style.
Hey armies, welcome to the Sewing Report. I'm Jen. This channel is all about sewing crafts and DIY projects. Coming at you with yet another BTS themed edition. We are focusing on fashion. I'm going to show 3 things I bought and transformed to show that I'm a true K-pop stan. If you want to skip ahead to a specific project, timestamps are below. But let's get started with this snazzy t-shirt.
This is a cotton polyblend v-neck from Jiffy Shirts, and I'm using Avery printable heat transfer paper for dark fabrics. It comes in a 5-pack and includes the tissue paper to protect your iron. You do need an inkjet printer. No need to mirror the image, and I printed on normal, not photo quality settings. I found the center of the t-shirt hem and marked a line from the v-neck to the bottom to help place the transfer. Then I marked horizontal lines using the underarm on each side. After removing the backing off the transfer, I placed on the center at the underarm seam, checking with the ruler to make sure it's centered. To permanently affix the transfer, it's pretty simple. Place the tissue paper over it and press with the dry iron in sections, using heat settings appropriate for the fabric. Don't use an ironing board. You want a hard surface like wood with something like a pillowcase on top. Once the transfer cools, carefully peel off the paper. But I'm not done yet. I also wanted to paint something on the back. To protect the t-shirt, I inserted a quilting ruler covered with plastic wrap. With an air-soluble pen, I wrote my text out, BTS of course. Now the fun part, breaking out the white fabric paint. Unfortunately, I had some recording issues, so most of the painting isn't documented. But here's the last part. I tried to give it sort of a hand-lettered look. I love how colorful the shirt is, and this is one of my favorite photos of the guys.
Next, I took an old pair of jeans and decided to customize one of the back pockets.
You probably have a boring pair of plain jeans, right? How about adding a little BTS flair? Using the Love Yourself Answer album cover for inspiration, I freehand drew the artwork that looks like a heart with an air-soluble pen. It's not perfect, but I think it's close enough. Supplies are simple: thick cotton thread and embroidery needles. A needle threader does come in handy though if you have trouble with the threading. The hand embroidery stitch I'm doing is called the back stitch. I knotted the end of the thread and went in between the pocket and back fabric of the jeans. Be sure not to stitch through both layers, because you do want to be able to use the pockets. The needle actually goes back 1 stitch first and comes out 1 stitch ahead. So the pattern will be back 1 stitch on top, forward 2 stitches underneath, following the line I drew. You're supposed to insert the needle into the same hole where the thread emerged from previously, but I could have done better in this aspect. When sewing through more than 1 layer, a thimble also helps save your thumb. To finish off the embroidery, I inserted the needle through all layers to the inside of the jeans, brought it up inside the pocket, then I tied a knot and cut. If you ever decide you don't like the design, it's easy enough to remove later. But I don't think I'll do that because it looks super cute.
Last one, but it might be my favorite. Yes, this is a blinged out BTS mini backpack.
This backpack's gonna go from basic to bangtastic. My expectations were low, but the quality was better than I expected, and it has a lot of functionality in terms of pockets. It even has a padded sleeve for my iPad and a zippered pocket for your phone. I thought it would be cool to embroider BTS in an army-style font in purple thread and do a rhinestone crystal logo. Here's a look at the process using an embroidery machine, and I did a more in-depth how-to video if you want to watch the whole thing. You don't necessarily need the machine. You could embroider by hand, paint, or draw lettering instead. Here's how I did the bling. First, I printed out an image and used an X-Acto knife to cut out the logo. Position the paper onto the backpack where you want it and trace the outline with an air-soluble pen. To protect the inside from glue, I placed a paper towel under the front, but I didn't end up having any issues, so I guess this isn't really necessary. I have a Crystal Ninja Crystal Katana Wax pickup tool and a lot of flat back rhinestone crystals. Working in rows, I applied small dots of gem tack glue in a fine tip bottle and individually set each rhinestone. Don't be scared of the white glue, it does dry clear. The glue doesn't set right away, so you do have time to reposition before they're permanently set in stone. Haha, I can't believe how good the backpack looks with the sparkly logo.
Okay, so clearly this BTS obsession seems to be spilling out in all areas of my life, and you know what? I'm totally okay with that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. I'm gonna go express my BTS fandom now wherever I can, and if you're interested in seeing other sewing or crafting videos here on the channel, I have plenty of them, including one I did recently with more BTS DIYs. I'm Jen with the Sewing Report. I'll see you guys again in the next video.